Hello again. We're at the start of a new week, and this is a special week in the Christian calendar. This is the week that we call Holy Week, and it's the week when we reflect on the story of Jesus between his triumphal entry into Jerusalem on a donkey and his crucifixion just 5 days later. And then we reflect a little bit further on his resurrection 2 days later, his rising from the dead. So this week we're going to be thinking about some of the things that Jesus carried, that he bore in that journey from the cross to resurrection. And I'm going to start with one of the most obvious, one of the things that we are most likely to know that Jesus carried on his way to the crucifixion. He carried a crown of thorns on his head. There's a passage in the Bible which explains what happened. I'm going to read from Mark's Gospel, chapter 15, and starting at verse 16, if you want to find it in your Bible. The soldiers, those who had arrested Jesus, led him into the courtyard of the palace, and they called together the whole cohort, lots of them surrounding him. And they clothed him in a purple cloak, that's the colour of royalty, and they twisted some thorns into a crown, and they put it on him. And they began saluting him. "Hail, King of the Jews!" They struck his head with a reed, and spat upon him, and knelt down in homage to him. And after they mocked him, they stripped him of the purple cloak, and put his own clothes on him, and they led him out to crucify him. It's a horrible scene. The whole cohort of the Roman legion surrounding him and mocking him. The soldiers in their position of authority, of power, and Jesus seemingly powerless before them. They're bullying him. It's a nasty thing to imagine. Spitting and bowing down, "Hail, King of the Jews." And of course Pilate picked up their taunt, and when he was crucified, Jesus, Pilate put a sign above his head which read, "The King of the Jews," to taunt him, to mock him. But of course Jesus was king, just not King of the Jews, not just king in Jerusalem, not just king of anywhere on earth. Jesus' kingdom was not of that place. Perhaps you'd like to spend a little time reflecting on that. I don't have a crown of thorns. What I do have is a crown of barbed wire, perhaps the modern equivalent. Maybe if you can find something sharp and pointed in your garden or your house, do be careful. Perhaps it would be good to sit with that, to feel the sharpness, the discomfort. How would it have felt to have been ridiculed? What would have been the sharpest words? And what does it mean to say that Jesus is King? Keep safe.